Hello, friends! Welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. Welcome to Noodle Quests, the show where Tony and I just kind of noodle around and code on something. Say hello, Tony.
Hello, pasta.
Hello, pasta. Yes, we're going to be noodling around. So I guess 2 weeks ago, we started working on this website called SaveTheEmojis.org. It's a fun little website. It's going to be a nonprofit organization where essentially we're trying to save all of the endangered emojis, all the emojis that people don't use all of the time. So last time we built this beautiful landing page. We built a sign up page that doesn't exactly work yet, but it does have a place where you can enter your email, but nothing happens with the email that you enter in. Emojis inbound. But today we wanted to work on the stats page. We're going to visualize what are the least used emojis and promote usage of those emojis. So welcome everyone. Hello, Renzo, welcome to the stream. Mayer, hello, and Randy, welcome. Amy and JT and Raphael and Abalash. The gang's all here. It's gonna be a fun time. This is my break time, and we're just getting started. But last time, this started as like a noob quest. We were just going to like build an organization landing page, but then it turned into like 5 hours of debugging SAS and CSS and like getting things on the page where we wanted them. So Raphael just asked, what's the difference between Newbie and Noodle? Newbie Tuesdays or Noob Quest is more of, we're kind of like pairing together and I am teaching Tony and he's asking questions. Noodle Quest is more of us collaborating in a way. What would you say, Tony?
I think, Noodle Quest is more kind of just make it up as we go along. And I think the cool thing is like we did this last time, we got like a lot more interaction with people watching the stream. So I think it's more of a community collaborative thing than Noob Quest.
Absolutely. So, and that's the main thing. Like, we're going to be figuring things out. You all who are watching can help us out. You can also provide suggestions. We haven't settled on or even thought about what library we're going to use to visualize the data, so we'll figure that out. But we did find this website called emojitracker.com. Wait, before I show it, epilepsy warning. If you have epilepsy, turn off the screen for the next, until I say so. But this website.com shows the usage of emojis on Twitter. And so at the very top, you can see like the most used emoji, and this actually has real-time streaming data from Twitter, so it shows all of the emojis and how useful they, how many times they've been used. But if we go all the way to like the bottom of the list, we can see some very lonely and almost endangered emojis down here. They're barely getting used compared to the most used emojis. And luckily, this website has a GitHub repo, and they also provide an API. Where you can get a snapshot of the current rankings when you make the request, and it is ordered by the most used emojis. But if you go all the way to the bottom, you can see some of the more endangered emojis. So I think what we plan to do is use some JavaScript to make a request to this endpoint, get back the data, get like the 100 least used emojis, pick like 10 of those at random, and then show a bar chart with how often they're used. How's it sound to you, Tony?
It sounds awesome.
Cool. And so actually I will share, I didn't put this in the description, but we have a website on the GitHub, savetheemojis.org. And this is all the code that we wrote last time. Ooh, apparently there's a vulnerability. Maybe I'll fix that. And that's what we're going to be coding on today. So Tony did come up with wireframes last time. So we worked last time on the landing page. We got that going. Got the basics of the sign up page, and today we're going to work on the stats page. So where should we start? Should we first talk about like what library we're going to use to visualize, or should we just get the layout of the page and get things going? What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I think we can kind of just actually, a lot of times we do a lot of talking. I think it'd be cool if we just kind of get straight into the
just code.
Yeah. And I got my computer is working, so I could we could do from my computer if you want.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll do. And that's another thing. Last time on Noob Quest, we did an intro to Git and GitHub. We got Tony all set up with Git, and now it's the possibility that instead of Tony just working on my computer, when Tony's writing code, we can switch over to his screen, and then he'll code a little bit, push up to GitHub, and we can collaborate like that. So I guess let's do that.
Okay, let me
Um,
just.
but yeah, get your desktop ready and all that. Hide all the weird things.
Yeah,
Um,
I've got like
don't don't even say it. It's okay.
oh, it's not that weird.
Okay. What is it?
Oh, like I've got my side project, musical project that's like
Oh,
themed around hot dogs.
I
So
see.
like I was just looking up a bunch of hot dog costumes online.
So that is weird, and I don't think our viewers would have appreciated seeing that. I mean, it would have been funny, but very out of context.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
think we want to use Visual Studio for this.
Yeah, Visual Studio Code if you have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my side. So, and let me start this up locally. I believe, did we have a start script in our package JSON? Yeah, we did. So the thing is, we set this up with Sass. So if you're not familiar, Sasslang. Sass is a language that transpiles down to CSS. It's called a preprocessor. And essentially, it gives new features to CSS. So if you look at Learn Sass, you can see what they have. So they have they allow you to create variables. So we have variables like dark color, light color. It allows you to nest things. So instead of having like duplicate rules, this makes it so that, well, actually, it shows you what it transpiles to. So this is how you would write it with Sass, but this actually gets turned into this valid CSS. You have partials, which are like separate files that you can bring in. You can import files. You can create mixins, which are kind of like functions. It basically adds a lot of cool features that CSS doesn't have. And so last time we got this all set up. So we have a start script that will build all of our styles in the Sass folder and output them to the folder called styles as CSS files. So our start script watches for any changes to our styles and transpiles them. And then also we're using live server to watch for any changes to the HTML or any other files, and the server, the web page will automatically refresh as we build it. So I should be able to do npm start here. Well, I think I need to go into the client folder and then do npm start. That should start watching the Sass for changes and open it up in our browser. Awesome. So we have it running locally. Sign up page still seems to work. And the way we're doing this, we're not using any front end framework right now. Everything is just a separate HTML page. Each page kind of like duplicates this nav bar that's up top. Have we been streaming for 15 minutes? Here's another break timer. And hello, Jude, welcome. And Alicia, welcome, you made it. JT has a very interesting idea. Maybe you could do a word cloud with emojis. You could scale the emoji by the frequency of use. That would be very cool. And maybe we flip it so like least used emojis are actually bigger than most used emojis, so it makes you allows you to decide to use the lesser used ones. I like that. Hold on to that idea. But first thing is we need to get this stats page linked to the stats page. So if we look in our index.html, we have this card container for sign up, we have the donate, and then we have the stats card container. So I think basically what we want to do is create an anchor tag that wraps the contents of the stats card container like that. And the href will just be stats.html. And that shouldn't exist, but the link should work now. So now when I hover over it, I get a link, but if I click it, it's not found. So we need to create that. Pretty much what we've been doing is just like copying what we have in the HTML file, pasting it, renaming it, because the main thing is it has this header that's already styled using our Sass styles. So let's just copy sign up, paste it, and rename it to stats.html. And for now, we'll just get rid of the content here. Let's call this stats content. And so now, if I click the stats page, it's still showing the background image of the sign up page. We'll have to fix that in the Sass, but we do have a page that we can start working on. Stats, cool. And then if we look at our Sass, so this page is bringing in our index CSS. So this styles the nav bar and has some of our like font styles and stuff like that. And then the signup.css is specific to the signup page, but I want to create one specifically for stats. So let's do that. And then I'll copy signup and rename it to be stats.css. Wait, does it already exist? Oh, we apparently already started working on it. Let me delete this. Delete.
I think like last time we had like the biggest problem of linking all these CSS files together.
We got it working though. Ultimately, we figured out that like by default the sass command doesn't actually transpile all of the sass; it just watches it for changes. But then we added a command that would actually transpile them. But let's see. Okay, stats is empty, and let's see if did we change the image. Oh, we did. We set it to this. So what's on the homepage? Oh, it's so we set it to the same background image as the homepage. So we have sign up, which is that background image. We have stats, and now we should find a background image for stats.
Maybe we could find, I don't know, like,
We were on Unsplash, right?
yeah. Let's see if we can find like some generic Office, like everybody's high-fiving kind of stuff.
Office high five.
Yes!
This one? Fist
Yeah,
bumps
I
or the
don't
high
know
fives?
if that makes any sense with stats, but
I don't know.
I just love like the really like just generic Office. Uh,
Do we want fist bumps or do we want high fives?
I don't know. Let's maybe have somebody with a calculator or something. That would
Okay.
make more
Okay.
sense.
Office calculator.
We will do something that involves high fives at some point.
Oh, there's a calculator.
We could use that hand thing. It goes with our like whole theme of just having hands.
This one?
No, the top right over there. Or
Is there oh, there is a calculator though. Oh, and it's got stats on the computer. Perfect. Sold. I'm sold. Okay, copy the image address. So the cool thing about Unsplash is all, I think they have more like images you can get the rights for, but for the most part, the ones that we're searching for are completely and totally royalty free, meaning you can just use them without having to pay anything or anything like that. So we grabbed the image. Let me just make sure that works. Yeah, perfect. And so in our stats CSS, we have this background image URL, and we're just going to change it right there. All right, let's see what happens. Nice. It kind of like, because it's it scales to the size of the screen, it's like cutting a bit of it off. What do you think, Tony?
it's okay. I mean, I think it's good.
Okay.
I think someone will see a calculator and they'll just like,
What about
these.
this? What about this one?
I like that one too. Like
Okay.
that's like someone crunching the numbers.
Okay, let's see what this one looks like. But you can't see their hand. The thing is, it has to do with our styles and how we're.
We can fix that though. We can even maybe fix that.
We could,
on
but
this page.
I feel like it's gonna take a lot, because the way we have it. So if we look in our index, this I think has the default style for the background image. Yeah. So position fixed. Actually, okay. Here's what we could do. We could.
I think we had to change this because the background image on the first page was like very, like, complained a lot.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Instead of importing, like using what we have in index, we're gonna overwrite it and then see if we can play around with it to show the image a little bit more. So there's this, and then it needs all of these also.
Well, someone's suggesting we use an abacus.
I think that's also very awesome. Oh yeah, let me catch up on the chat. Mahmood, hello, welcome to the stream. And yeah, Amy was asking where Tony went. I think he was just cleaning up his desktop. He's back now. I like the suggestion, JT. Let's look for an abacus. Office, how do you spell it? Abacus?
I'm hiding all my hot dog related things.
Okay, let me just make sure I'm spelling abacus right. That is right. It might be that abacuses are just so outdated, there's no stock images of them.
Maybe if you just Google graph or something.
Google it or look on Unsplash?
Or that's what I meant.
Unsplash it. Search it. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna stick with the image that we have, but let's play around with these styles to get. We want that hand to be showing. So
I think
if we change this to like 150, let's see what happens. Like that's the background. No, that's fine. That didn't do anything. And then the min. Okay, this is probably it, because min width, let's do like 40% rather than 50%, Should shrink it in a little bit. No? Really?
Try doing background size cover.
It already has that.
Oh, wait, we already got that. We already
Yeah.
got center.
I guess we could do... We could try to figure out what these... So these aren't even affecting it at all. Let me make sure that those styles are actually getting applied. Image... Yeah, so the min height and min width are getting applied. What if we set a max height, max width of 10%, and a max height of 10%? Oh, that's decent, Tony. Look at that.
That looks really good.
Okay, it's perfect. We're going with it. We're going to do max width and max height. And I think the thing is, because we only change that, we don't have to overwrite all of this other stuff too. So that can be back from the main file, and that should still work. Look at that. Wow.
Crunching the numbers.
Cool. And Sultan, welcome to the stream. Another day of live coding. Yes, welcome to Noodle Quest. And Greg, welcome back. It has been a long time. Meyer says, thanks for everything. You're very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And Christian, welcome to the stream. Adam says, hey CJ, hope you're great. I'm doing good. My class graduated on Friday. Everyone met the graduation requirements. They gave their presentations. It was awesome. I'm feeling good. Got some rest yesterday. Definitely. Shulian, well, hello, Mr. CJ. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we're only 20 minutes in, and we have a new page. We have a new background image. I think we're doing great. This is minimal noodling, but still having fun.
This is moving faster than most noob quests.
Okay, so we have the landing page. Okay, can I push this up, and are you able to collaborate now?
Yeah. I actually just cloned the.
Clone the repo?
I cloned the repo a second ago, so like, yeah, I'll do a pull request in a second.
Tony is becoming less and less a noob every day. He takes, what's the word? I don't know the word, but the difference between like a junior developer and a mid developer is just like a mid developer, they just do it. Like, you don't have to tell them what to do. I appreciate that, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like bad luck to say so, but yeah, the stream might be interested. Like, I do have an interview for a front end position, possibly coming up.
So I think you had the phone screen, right?
Yeah, I had the phone screen. So it's like a tech recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn. I went in for after the phone screen, I went in for an interview with them. And so I'm basically kind of brushing up my resume, and then they're going to submit my stuff to another company and possibly get an interview with them. So I don't know yet.
Awesome. But Tony's making moves. He's still working his job as a scrub. That's not a scrub tech.
That is not a derogatory term. That is accurate. Scrub tech.
Yeah. So he's a surgeon's assistant essentially, but he's been coding with me and doing stuff on the side. So yeah, he's making moves. Marcin, Poland is here. Welcome to the stream. Merchan says, this is textbook window blind CSS. I'm just gonna pull that up because I mean that's been most of the newbie streams where we deal with CSS. Window blinds CSS.
You're familiar with the that meme from the Despicable Me thing where he's like he gets to the last panel and it's always like he looks back shocked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw the CSS one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it centers it, but it centers it incorrectly.
Window blinds CSS. So isn't it like CSS is awesome? Peter Griffin CSS. There we go. The thing is, it just keeps going.
Yeah, that's very accurate.
That's about right. And Clever Tech, hello, welcome to the stream. Christian asks, what are we using for the Viz D3JS? We haven't decided yet. I'm going to throw a few options out there, but we will decide. Oh, and JT said the word is initiative. I think so. Tony shows initiative. Raphael says congrats. JT gives the party emoji. Shulian says congrats. You can do it. We believe in you, Tony. Okay. That was a bit of a digression, but here's what I'll do. I'll push up the code, and then we'll switch to your screen, and we can try to get some text on the page. Okay. So
Sounds good.
Git status. I did update day 3. I'm making some checkboxes. We modified the index.html. I'm curious what happened there. I'm going to do a git diff just so it'll tell me what I changed.
Oh,
so
yeah, I think you added the.
Oh, yeah, it'll show me. I added the link. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the home page, we added the link to the stats page, so that's good. We changed the background image in stats.css, and yeah, that's about it. Cool. So I'm gonna add everything. Commit it. Sparkles added stats page, and I'll push this up to GitHub. Cool. Are you ready to share your screen, Tony?
Yes. I'm gonna exit out of this one.
Okay, so I'm gonna do stop sharing, and then, oh yeah, while we're here, let me just make sure that nobody else can join us. There we go.
All right, hold on. Make sure I'm on the right desktop screen. All right, cool.
There we go. Cool.
All right.
So you cloned down the folder. We can see that here. And you're in the directory. Cool. Go ahead and cd into the client directory. And then you will need to do an npm install.
Okay.
Npm install. Cool. Meyer has a question in the chat. Are Mac emojis compatible with other OSs? So emojis are a Unicode standard, meaning any computer that tries to represent Unicode characters can represent them, but every operating system has their own set of emojis that they use to represent the corresponding emoji Unicode character. So the answer is yes, and the operating system that you're running it on will just use whatever emojis there. So actually we'll see on Windows, Tony's emojis might look a little bit different.
Yeah, I think the Windows ones have like a little black background. I think I like them better than the Mac ones.
But yeah, Android, Mac, iOS might be the same as Mac.
I think so.
But yeah, they all have different sets of emojis. Right now, though, it does say we have 2 vulnerabilities. Let's figure that out really quick. Do npm audit. I want to see what that's about and see if we can fix it. It might have to do something with our. And if you scroll up, oh, it has to do with live server. Scroll up. Cool. Live server's debug package and another thing depends on debug. Both of them have it's the same package dependent on two of our different dependencies. The thing is, we're not using live server to deploy, we're only using it locally, but let's see if we can fix it. Can you scroll down? Does it tell us if there's anything we can do to fix it? No, do npm audit -- help. Shulian in the chat is asking, CJ, are you still using Firefox or have you come back to Chrome? I use Chrome for like when I'm streaming, but I do use Firefox for more of my personal browsing stuff. And Mertron is asking what program are we using to share screens? We're using Zoom, and as you can tell, it is really good. Like every time I've used it, even on like a bad connection, it doesn't get pixelated or anything like that, which is really awesome. I'm just gonna Google this really quick, Tony.
Sure.
npm audit fix vulnerabilities. It might just be npm audit fix. Yeah, do go back to the terminal and do npm audit fix. Let's see. Without modifying but still updating the package lock. Do a dry run. Have auditfix install Simver major updates to top level dependencies, not just Simver compatible ones. Let's try it. npm audit fix space dash dash force. This has nothing to do with the website that we're building, but I just don't like seeing that we have vulnerable dependencies. I sure hope you know what you're doing. Super weird. Okay, so I think we'll leave this for now. Actually, do a git status really quick. Let's see if it actually modified the package JSON or anything. It did modify the package lock. Okay. We're going to leave this. The reason I'm saying is that is because we're only using live server locally. We're not actually deploying to a server that's using live server, and that's when we should actually care. Well, that's when it would make a difference if we did have vulnerability. Cool. We're going to ignore it for now. Let's write some code, Tony. So go to the stats.html or go to VS. Have you opened VS Code yet?
I think we need to update the thing.
What do you
we
mean?
have VS Code. I need to update the get the commits that you just put on.
Oh yeah, so do a look at you, Tony. Yeah, do a git pull.
Let me do a cheat. Do I need to go to the top directory?
Yeah, you shouldn't have to go up, but you can, because I like to do that just because it shows the relative paths of like what changed. Yeah, now you can do a git pull.
Git pull. My files changed. Cool. We should see all that, like we actually pull up styles, right?
Yeah, so you should see stats.scss, and also if you look at your stats.html.
Awesome.
Okay, can you do me a favor and move? So take the VS Code out of full screen and put it on the left of your screen.
Right.
Well, just click on it and do Windows key left. And then, well, don't put anything on the right because I'm on the right. I'm trying to get it so that it looks good on stream.
Okay.
So just weird. Can you make the left a little bit bigger? Oh, you know, this is fine. Leave it like this. Yeah, can you make it a little bit bigger? A little bit. Cool. And then on the right-hand side, go into the client folder and do an npm start.
npm start.
Wait, what? Oh, you have to cd into the client folder.
Oh.
And I do realize you all can't see his terminal. That's okay. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah, you're blocking it
on the stream. What just happened? Scroll up. Oh. Keep running up, scrolling up. Right here. np is not recognized as an internal external command. What command did you type, Tony? Press up.
I don't even know, dude. npm
start. Okay. Well, an issue might be here is in the package JSON, I had it configured. I know that it'll work like on Linux or Mac. Maybe it won't work on Windows. Click stats. Oh, sorry, package JSON. On the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's see what I did. Oh, I did build.sh, but you're on a Windows machine, so you can't run an sh script. Oh. You know what, Tony? We could write this for Windows. Okay. Can you go into the build.sh file? This one here?
Yeah.
npm run, trying to remove the directory, make dir. Yeah, these commands don't exist on Windows unless you have like bash commands installed. I think we might take the time just to install git bash. Actually, can you click bash in your thing there? This is the command line that you want to use. Yes, because this, so if you type like ls right now. Yes. Okay, so close the other one.
All right. Let me just see if I can zoom in on this guy. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah. So
that's big enough. Change directory.
Yeah, I don't know where you need to go though.
I know where I need to go.
Tony knows. Okay, I'm gonna hide your screen. I'll catch up on the chat.
Oh, is it bad to see like?
Oh no, it's not. I just don't know if you're gonna have like anything on your desktop or other files and stuff like that.
No, I hid my all my desktop stuff.
Okay.
Anyways,
Raphael did have the question, is there a way to find every npm package ever installed and start from scratch? I've installed so many things during tutorials I can't keep track. So it depends. So like When you run npm install in a directory that has a package JSON, it only installs it in that one directory. It doesn't install it on your whole computer. But if you install global commands, Meyer mentioned npm ls. That might actually show you all the global commands that you have installed. Whoa. Maybe not. These are things that are in the current directory that you're in. But there might be a command to show like globally installed commands. But one thing you can do is, if you have been doing this in a single directory, if you just remove this node modules folder, anything that was ever installed is gone, and then you'd probably have to remove it from package.json if it was listed in there too. Shulian is asking, do I use bartender? I've never heard of it. Let me see.
What was the command I was running, by the way? npm.
Just try npm start. Bartender JS? Bartender, I don't know what you're, oh, Mac. Oh, for Mac bar. I don't have the Mac bar. I have an older Mac touch bar. I'm getting all the weirdest search results. Mac touch bar. How to use the touch bar on your MacBook Pro?
So I'm still getting an error.
We'll debug it in a second. But yeah, I have an older MacBook that does not have this touch bar. Okay, one more suggestion I'm going to try. So to list globally installed packages, npm root-g. This is telling me where my main node modules folder is. And because I'm using NVM, it's in that folder. Okay, back to Tony's screen. Let's see what error you got. Try just doing this real quick. Try doing /build.sh. Cannot remove dist, no such file or directory. There is, though. Can you click the dist folder really quick?
I'm in the client folder. Does that need to be up one?
No, it should be fine, because in the client folder is the dist folder. Oh, I know, because this is the first time I ran. Try running it again.
What am I running?
Yeah. We shouldn't get that error. Cool. Now try doing an npm start. Okay, let's try to figure out this error. So, put your terminal on the left so everyone can see it while we debug this. Cool. np is not recognized as an internal or external command. Scroll up. So this is coming from whenever we do watching the styles. Let's see what our script is for watching the styles in the package JSON. Node sass. Yeah, let's nail it down to which one of these is failing. Try just doing npm run watch styles. You have to do the colon, watch colon styles, like that. Okay, that one works. Kill that one. Do an npm run watch server. That works. Okay, kill it. Do an npm run of styles.
Did we make a favicon for this site?
I don't think we did yet.
We should do
just styles, not watch styles. npm run styles. Okay, I think concurrently is actually the thing that's just messing up. Here's what we'll do. We'll just have two separate terminals because we've been debugging this for like 15 minutes now. So in this terminal, we'll do the watch of the style. So do npm run watch colon styles. Cool. And can you do like Control T to get a new terminal window? What happens if you press Control T with your terminal focused.
It's not.
Okay, you might have to create a new one. Do Control N. Click the thing in the like right click it and see if you can say like new window. Yeah. So like zoom that one in a bit, put it on the left. Oh, and Julian was asking, just to clarify, about this thing up top. No, I use a program called iStat Menus. I don't know if you can put custom icons in it, but this has just like memory usage and network traffic and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, and then do watch server. So that should be the two things we need. We're watching the styles and we're watching the server. You have to make sure you get to the right directory.
Oh yeah. Oops.
I'm hiding your screen. Cool. We have this. This is Noodle Quest. I'm very curious why that's happening. I think concurrently. Let me just look that up really quick. Maybe concurrently doesn't work as well on Windows, which is what we're using to watch the styles and run the live server at the same time.
Still getting the error. Or do I need to be in the client folder?
Make sure you're in the client folder. Windows support, maybe? Features, cross-platform, including Windows.
All right. Yep. Got it.
Okay, we're just going to go with that. Okay, so now in Chrome, hey, look at that. Yeah, put it on the left-hand side.
Ooh.
And then put the code on the left-hand side, too.
Everything's on the list? Okay.
Yeah, everything's on the left. You can make it a little bit wider, but everything's on the left. Yeah, go wider to there. Perfect. Okay. Let's go into the wireframes directory. Right, yeah. And let's look at stats. So right now we have the top bar. We do want like a header that just says, like, probably we want emoji stats. Let's do that. Let's see how we did it on the sign up page. So yeah, inside the section we just have like an H2. Let's do the same thing inside of our stats.html. So inside the stats content, yeah, we'll add an H2 and just make it say emoji stats. And I think someone mentioned there's an emoji menu on Windows now. Oh, JT is saying Windows finally has an emoji keyboard. It's Windows key plus period. Are you on the latest version of Windows, Tony?
I think so.
Go back to the editor. Right there on line 23, just inside the H2, do Windows key period. Oh my goodness. Search for a chart. I think there's like a bar chart emoji. Can you search?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Awesome. That's so cool. Way to go, Windows. And then get rid of the space in front of it. Cool. If we look at let's look at the sign up SCSS, because I believe, first, minimize styles, cool. But minimize styles just so we don't accidentally edit those. But if you look at signup.scss, circling it.
I'm sorry.
No worries. I think we styled to give like the header a background of white. Or like a color of white. How is that happening?
You sure it was on sign up or was it on the index?
Go to index. I'm just thinking like we could just do and then scroll down. We need to go card container H3. No. Actually, it's going to be in landing. Take a look at landing.
Right there, color.
Oh, color light. I see. So that should be working. But we're not doing that in here. Are we doing that in sign up?
I think this is on main.
But landing only exists on the landing page. Like, can you go to signup.scss?
But I'm saying, like, is our stuff in the main tag?
It is, but so scroll up in here. Go on the right hand side. Here. Oh yeah. Okay. So we need this whole thing. Let's copy that. I was just making sure because the landing is separate from sign up,
Mm-hmm.
which is separate from index, and so we actually do need this on our stats page. Yes, that should do it.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's like a uniform style. If you go back to to go back to the home page, and then if you go to I'm gonna scoot down so people can see. Click on sign up. That, and if you go back, and then click on stats, it's kind of similar. Cool. Okay, so if we go back to the wireframe for stats, we've got a title. I guess, do we want this? Do we want links? What do we want? We just maybe we do two columns. The left hand side is like the facts. The right hand column is the chart.
Yeah, like we could have like the facts. We basically say like like every day emojis are underused, yada yada yada, and then we like link to like the thing that we're using to do
Hmm.
this. Maybe like a link on GitHub or something, and then just on the right, like currently used emojis, and then
Like a chart that they'll add in.
yeah,
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do that. Like right below the stats, we'll just do a two column thing. Um, and so in stats.html,
we could use these same little white boxes.
the cards. Okay, so
Yeah.
actually, if you go to the index.html, we can see the code we use for those. So if you scroll down, we had the card container, and then basically we should be able to use that. So if you, well, it is inside of a class called link cards. I don't know. Just see what happens. Copy like the first one, including copy the link cards, including the first div that's inside of it, all the way down to 35. Yeah, copy that.
Do I need the whole section?
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say we just try. Okay, let's do it. Take the whole thing, and then inside of try to put it inside the stats content, and then let's fix the formatting. And wait.
It's not even showing up.
Oh no, you're in the dist, Tony. You have too many folders. First, close this. Close dist. Close this file. You're in the wrong file. On the left-hand side, scroll all the way up, and minimize dist. You don't ever want to touch anything in dist because that's what's getting built.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you'll notice autosave is not on, so whatever you change isn't getting put in there. Let's turn autosave on. I think go to File Preferences, Settings, search for autosave. Oh, there it is. Files.autosave. So copy that line. And then on the right-hand side, inside the object, paste it in. So do a comma and then paste it in. And set it to on. And I think remove the trailing comma. Okay. Well, hover over it. Oh, it can't be. It's not on. Valid values include off, after delay, on focus change, or on window change. Let's make it on focus change. Yes. Oh, and Chan is mentioning they found an issue on GitHub where it says the MP error is related to a usage of single quotes versus double quotes on Windows. That might actually be it because in our concurrently command, it has single quotes. That might be it. Julian saying it's iStat menus. Yes, iStat menus. Christian has a link to, let's see. Oh, emoji keyboard for Linux. Very cool. And Akash, hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, Tony, so you should be set up now. Whenever you change something, it should automatically save, and then the right will automatically refresh.
Awesome.
Cool. So I think it's still on your clipboard. Try pasting below line 23. Nope.
Well,
We copied it from index.html, I think. Cool. We'll have to fix that. I think I was just checking like so they do show up because our styles are saved inside the index.css. So first thing is select all of this and do a shift tab. Like from there all the way up to the div. Shift tab. Nope.
Right here?
Nope. Below the section. Including the section. And not the stop section. No, only to line 25. Yes, shift tab. No, can you do shift tab? I want to tab in the other direction. Yeah, keep going. One more. There we go. Okay, I think we'll have to set a style for link cards. But for now, I guess we only want 2 cards, right? We want stats on the right and then like the info box on the left. So let's remove that 3rd card.
What is happening?
Now you got the don't select line 38. Oh no. Okay, undo. Okay, you want line 39 all the way to line 46. Cool. Get rid of that. Okay, save the page. There should only be 2. Nice. And now, actually let's just make the Chrome window on the left hand side because people might not be able to see it very well. Yes. No, like both. Everything's going to be on the left. There's going to be nothing on the right.
Oh god.
Oh god. No, it's fine. Take your time, Tony.
So I want this. Want this like viewable right now?
No, I want everything full left screen.
Okay.
Just press escape. Yeah. So full left screen, and then you can make it a little bit wider. What about there? Cool. And then go back to your press. Can you do Control tab or Alt tab to get to other windows? Yeah.
Mhm.
So just go to Chrome. That one. You can press it multiple times to get there. Yeah. And then now make this one a little bit wider. Great. And now if you, is it Control tab on Windows?
No, I think it's still Alt Tab.
Alt tab. Yeah, so just Alt tab. And now you should be able to just Alt tab back and forth. Alt tab. Just once. There. Press it once. Alt tab. Alt tab. Alt tab. Beautiful. Okay. We're set up. All right, so let's style link cards because I think link cards it doesn't have any styles in stats.css, so we actually want to style in here to be like a flex box with flex direction row, which should be by default. So, and actually, we'll give it a new name. So instead of link cards, what should we call it? Like stats? Stats cards?
Stats cards? Yeah, stats cards. Was it stats dash cards?
Yeah, why not? Well, we'll have to change it in the HTML. And the display will be flex. Okay, Alt tab. Give it a width of 100%. Oh, and we have to put the class on that element. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
JT is mentioning, what does Windows tab do instead of Alt tab? Whoa. Toga party?
Yeah.
Close this.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Liquid Salt. It's like my Fruity Loops projects.
Okay.
They all have weird names. It's not bad, I swear.
Cool. Go back to the Chrome. Alt tab.
Chrome, Alt
Just
tab.
Alt tab. Alt tab again. Oh wait, Alt tab. Hold Alt tab for a second, and then there. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go. It's working.
Ah,
No, Tony. Okay. Um, what is happening? Okay, great. So it's side by side. That's kind of what we wanted, but we're gonna change what's inside of them. I think we'll make them a little bit wider. Like the donate one is gonna be like probably twice as big, and then the sign up is gonna have some text in it. Let's just go ahead and fix that. So like instead of saying sign up, go to the wireframe Alt tab. What did we call it in the wireframe?
God.
Well, you have multiple. You have meeting controls. Okay, now you should be able to Alt tab back and forth. No, maybe not. It's because like you accidentally go to the meeting controls. Regardless, go to the stats wireframe. Let's take a look.
Stats wireframe.
Yeah.
Okay.
The facts. I like that. So in your stats HTML, let's make it say the facts instead of sign up. Cool. And inside the emoji card, let's just throw like a paragraph tag instead of that emoji. Cool. And what is our body copy?
I think it was just lorem ipsum stuff.
Well, I mean, we gotta come up with some body copy, right?
Oh yeah. Every day, emojis are left underused and forgotten. But through the magic of analytics, we can recognize the emojis in need. This is a really long line.
It's fine. It's perfect. The emojis in need, and bring them back.
From obscurity.
Obscurity. Okay, save this. See what it looks like. Or wait, hold Alt, press Alt Tab, but hold it. We'll just hold it. And no, not maybe not. If not, don't hold Alt Tab. Press Alt Tab, but hold Alt.
That's what I was doing.
Okay, then how do you just select that one?
Oh God.
Okay, we need to fix this text size. But that's cool. And we probably just want that. Do we want this text to be like have that like shadow on it as well? Or we just want this to be black, I think.
How about we could do like p tag text is just black.
Okay, but
And
let's
smaller.
open the DevTools really quick. Let's see what is actually styling this to. So use the selector and go there. Yeah. Go click on the emoji card right above it. Well, sorry, nope. This. Just click that in the DevTools. And emoji card has a very large font size. That's why, because it was making the emoji like very big. So let's just give a custom class to this card. Or
Okay.
really, we could overwrite emoji card.
What do we call? We could have like a subclass of text card.
Okay, I like that. Well, we can just create like a text card class in the Sass and put it on that emoji card.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna Alt Tab and try to get back.
Okay,
God.
wait, Alka has it. You just release the tab key while holding Alt and press tab. Oh, okay. So, so press Alt Tab, but release the tab key. Great. And now it tells you, okay, if you release it, you're going to go back to the browser.
Okay.
So if you release Alt, boom. And if you press Alt Tab, because the last window that was focused was VS Code, it should just switch right back and forth. Yes.
I made that way more difficult.
Oh, absolutely. You should get used to this, Tone. Like I don't ever mention it, but like I am very fluent with my windows and like where I put things and how I switch between them.
I know, and I've heard people on podcasts talk about like when they actually watch like web developer streams and somebody like clicks on things, they all freak out. So I imagine like people are like, "Oh, this is Noob Quest. He's clicking on things."
It's fine. We can learn. You like just in the past 10 minutes, you've gotten better at it, so it's awesome. Okay, so let's do what you mentioned. So in stats.css,
Instance.
yeah, let's do this. We're going to target emoji card, but then we're going to put a target inside of it. So like below, actually, it can be inside of stats cards because this will be like a more specific selector. So inside of stats cards, do another new line. We want to target emoji cards. So you can do dot emoji card dash card, and then inside just card singular because we're going to target one card. And then inside of the card, we want to target something. Well, not inside. I guess not inside of it. We actually want to do an emoji card that has the class emoji text. So right after emoji card, you can do emoji card dot emoji text.
Do I need to do a comma?
No, a dot. So actually do dot card text and no space. Dot card text. Yeah, and we'll give this a font size of like 1M because right now it's set to like 5M. Awesome. And so what this says is stats cards has a child called emoji card, and emoji card has a class called card text. So in the HTML, if we give emoji card the class card text, this should apply to it.
Okay.
In the HTML.
On stats.
Yes, scroll to the left. The thing that has emoji, oh, keep going. This, you also want to put the class card text on there. You should bring it way down. Alt tab. You can close the DevTools now. That's great. Yeah, I like that. And then one thing is we want to get rid of the text shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Or, is that what it is? Is it text shadow?
Yes.
Okay, so we could probably set text shadow to none and color to the dark color.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, let me catch up on the chat. Alka is mentioning about the alt tab. I use it every second of my life. I believe it. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream.
Wasn't it just cache dark? Was the
cache money dark? Yes, because I think we have a variable called dark that is the black color.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, decent. And we probably want to give this one like a max width. Let's just say, well, let's get more specific though. Like we'll create a different class for this one. Well, I think because the card on the right won't have any text in it, right? The card on the right is going to have a chart inside of it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So let's
yeah. Okay.
So we can give it a different class rather than card text. So let's say here the width is, I don't know, 20%. Okay, what do we get? Wow. And right now it's because our are you alt tabbing on purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you're like making it a little bit bigger and tabbing back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's give it a little bit of padding actually, because that'll like make it wider.
Right.
Alka is asking, are we using any Sass functions or just variables and nesting? Right now, we're really just using variables and nesting. Cool. Open the DevTools. I want to see what's happening here. So I know that the parent is a flexbox, but I'm curious why this one is going like all the way to the end.
I think that's because we have space between or space around.
Well, I didn't think we did. So go back to it. Go back to the editor. Alt tab. So the main is flex direction column. So the main, everything is going down, and then our cards inside of stats cards, and it has a display of flex. We can do stats cards, give it a justify content, and what do we want to set that to? Because I guess right now we want them to actually be in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
right? Try
Yeah,
justify
yeah.
content center on stats cards. Wait, would you set it to? Go back. It might need, we might also need align items center. Nope. How about we do this, Tony?
Yes.
We have a suggestion from Alka. Uh, undock the DevTools and small it to the right side of the monitor. Yeah, I think that'll work because that way the DevTools won't be interfering with it. So click the triple dot
Mm-hmm.
and then do the far left one, triple dot, and then that one will pop it out.
Ah!
And then move it over to the right of your screen. Yeah, move it up to the top. Just up. Great. And press escape. Right now you have the what's new. Just click in the DevTools and press escape. Cool. And then go to the element selector.
Oh, I'm gonna exit out of Steam real quick because I do have friends that they're gonna pop up and their names are not appropriate.
It's happened before, but they're hidden by my laptop right now.
Oh,
So
okay,
cool.
okay, yeah,
Okay, so click on elements.
all right. Yeah, I was just
Um,
thinking about that, all the weird stuff.
click on the element selector, and then let's figure out what's happening here. So okay, go up more. So like, what is the parent? Okay, so that's the div card container. Cool. If you click on stats content in the element selector,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll just hover over it. So like stats content is everything, and
Right.
that has a display of flex. I think actually it might not have any styles applied to it. And then if you hover over stats cards, click on it though. So this, and then hover over it again. I just want to make sure that while we're hovering over it, we see what's selected. So this has with 100% display flex, and then if you go into the stats cards, like expand it, and hover over a card container, and like click on one. So it has margin, which is probably what's pushing it, but I'm curious like why it's taking up so much space. Click on the second card container, or hover over the second card container. Hover
Mess
over
around with these margins.
no. Hover over the first one. Click on it. And then let's see what's inside of it. So expand card container. And then that's invisible, but if you expand that, scroll down and hover over, okay, the div is there, hover over to the H3. That H3,
Oh,
click on the H3. This thing, why is this thing so wide?
maybe we can like somehow bind it to the like it inherits its width from here.
Well, just hover over it really quick. I want to figure out where that width is coming from. Click on it, and then scroll up on the styles. Get rid of the margin bottom. Just uncheck it right here. Okay. Could be because of the font size, but I think the thing is like it's taking up the width of its parent. So hover over a card container and see how much width it has. And Alka is mentioning because of display block.
It has 100%.
Well, that's the parent. That's what it's inherited from. So, card container has a width of 860 pixels, 76 pixels. Start resizing the window like to the left, and let's see if it actually gets smaller. Like slowly. I mean, and it is right. Like it's staying where it is, but it's like keeping its width relatively. I think we actually need to give card container a width. Have we done that? I don't think we've done that. No, so I think we need to do that. Card container we need to give it an explicit width. That's what's happening. Because right now we said card text has a width of 27%. So the inner of it is taking out 27% of card container, which is much wider. So let's do this. Go to the stats.html.
Stats.html.
And then we need to style this card container, but let's give it another class so we can be more specific. So let's say card container and then the facts or something like that. Cool. And then in our Sass.
Which one? The
One,
stats.
that one. Inside of stats cards, do the facts and give it a width of 27%. So no. It, like as a child here.
Okay.
Yeah. The facts. We'll do here, give it a width of 27%, and then get rid of the width on line 39. Cool. Let's see what happens. Nice, Tony. Okay, let's go ahead and commit what you have. Oh, actually, Sean mentioned he found in a GitHub issue, which I probably should have searched for earlier, but let's see if we can get this going. Go to your git bash terminal and then just kill it really quick. So go to git bash, go to one of them, just kill this, Control C, and then close this window, and then go to the other one, and kill this, but we're gonna try it in here. Go back to VS Code, Alt tab, probably. And then go to the package JSON on the left, this one. Yeah. And let's make these double quotes. So change it to a double quote, and then we need to escape it. So do double quote. Oh no. Well, first, Tony, put a backslash right here, like that.
Right here?
Oh, in front of the double quote.
Okay.
Badass. Okay. And then do the same thing there. In front of it. Because we're escaping the double quote. Cool. And then keep scrolling to the right. And we want to do the same thing. Well, don't highlight it, the single quote, but like delete the double quote, the single quote there. Where I just delete that single quote. Then create a double quote. And then escape it by putting the thing in front of it. And then do the same thing with that one.
What about that quote?
Well, no. The single quote. So delete the single quote, put a double quote, and then put the slash in front of the double quote. In front of the double quote, the other one. Cool. Okay, so what this is doing is double quotes are all on the outside, but now on the inside it's using double quotes, but the slash is escaping them, which means you're allowed to have it inside of other double quotes. Okay, save it, and then we're going to try an npm start.
Well, regular npm?
No, just yep, right there, npm start.
Oh, got party.
Nice. Okay, that tip was so that tip was from Merit Chan. I appreciate that. We actually didn't search the web for any GitHub issues when we were messing around with it earlier. Cool. I'm going to catch up on the chat, but while I do that, Tony, I would like you to commit all of your work, and then I'm actually going to give you push privileges to the repo, but I'll do that in a second. So let me catch up on the chat. Ashfaq, hello, welcome, is saying, thanks for accepting my request on Eloquent JavaScript Chapter 6. Appreciate it, looking forward to coming up with great solutions. Yes, I think that'd be an interesting thing to do as well. So like, I've typically been just like on the Code Kata stream solving Code Katas, but it'd be fun to find like other similar type challenges and doing those on those streams. Oh, Shuli is saying it would be a great idea to add BEM. So BEM is a specific way of, you need to add first, Tony.
Oh. Just add all, right?
Yep, add everything.
Just with a period?
Yep. Well, yeah, so that's relative to the current directory.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, BEM is a way of structuring your CSS code and a specific format and way of giving your things certain class names. We haven't done that, but yeah.
To what stats page? Okay.
Oh, Vinay has a suggestion. How about a live stream where we create something like a cool AI powered web page. You can teach the front end and I'll teach the back end, TensorFlow. Maybe that'd be interesting. I definitely want to do more of like community collaboration. Did you do a fork, Tony?
I
How can you check if you did a fork?
Git status.
No, do a git remote -v. That'll tell you what your remotes are. Cool. And so because Coding Garden is your remote, you actually don't have the rights to push there yet. And so this is one thing we didn't do last time. I'm actually going to give your user account privileges to just push to the master branch on this repo. So that way you don't have to open a pull request. Technically, wait, no, not yet. I got to do it. There's nothing you can do now. Technically, you could put this stuff on a separate branch. But we've come too far. Okay. And hello, Hydra Programmer. Welcome to the stream. And Christian is asking, so the quote discrepancy is a Windows thing? Yes, and it specifically has to do with the concurrently package that we're using. So concurrently allows you to run 2 commands at the same time, and this is why that was happening. And hello, Luis. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wow. Alka was not seeing other people's messages. Shulian has a good question. How did you and Tony meet? We have known each other for a very long time. Tony, do you remember how we met? So we've known each other since like 5th grade, right?
One of my earliest memories of CJ, and I don't know if he remembers this, but CJ and I used to ride the bus.
Yeah, I think he's told me this before, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, yes. CJ, I don't remember what he was saying, and I don't remember if it was like from a skateboard video or something, but he just kept like yelling at me, like we were talking about something, and he's just like, 1 step closer to the edge, and he just kept yelling.
That's from a song, I think. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. It was so funny.
But we rode the same bus, and then he actually like lived around the corner from me, and then eventually, I think we
never hung out though. We never hung out until high school.
But I think we did like once.
Yeah, that was probably like this. Yeah, this guy's weird.
Me or you?
Both. It's probably a mutual thought.
Okay, but then in high school we started a band together. And I played guitar and sang. I taught Tony how to play the bass.
Yeah, it was a different noob quest.
And we did that for a while. And then we went our separate ways. I went to a different college. He went to a different college. And then when I graduated, I got a job out in New Jersey. He graduated like a few years later. And I said, come out to New Jersey, live with me here, and go into the city and find a graphic design job. And he tried. That didn't happen. But we lived together for like 7 months. I don't know. Me and Tony go way back, which is why. I mean, those of you watching may not know like why we're like we like dig on each other a little bit, like more than not friends would do. You know?
Yeah. Like CJ and I, yeah, especially living together, you learn like how to just kind of annoy another person on their level.
Yeah. So if I'm being mean, like I'm not. If I'm pairing with someone that I don't know, I am always very cordial and patient. But you know, sometimes I don't know. Me and Tony know each other way too well.
The very first time CJ tried to teach me any computer science stuff, though, it was not nice. CJ was like, there was no patience. And then
that was before I was a teacher. I didn't.
I know. And then like years later, he was like, yeah, I'm teaching now. I was like, oh God, I remember that. That was a horrible experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Linkin Park. That was what that song was from. 1 Step Closer to the Edge.
Oh, of course.
Cool. Christian is saying base noob quest. Boob quest. Cool. NAS quest. Wait, what? New. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so let me. Here, I'll share my screen with you, Tony, so that you can see how I'm doing this.
Okay. I've got you pulled up in. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's delayed though. Yeah, it's delayed. So on GitHub, what you can do is add collaborators. So like right now, if you tried to push up to this repo, actually just try to push up and then tell me what error you get.
So I could just do git push origin master, right?
Yeah, just yeah, git push origin master.
Origin master said, oh, but still asking me to do some stuff.
Oh, you might yeah, it might ask you to log in, and then if you log in, it's going to tell you that access denied.
Yep, it says unable to access, permission denied to a Lamatina.
Yeah, so right now, I, W3CJ, am the owner of this repo. So if I want to give Tony the rights to push up to it, I can go into settings, collaborators and teams. I'll type in my password right quick. Okay. And now under collaborators, I can add a collaborator.
Lamatina.
There you are. Add collaborator. He has write privileges, and I think you have to check your email, Tony, to accept this.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull it up on my phone.
Okay, well, I'm not sharing your screen anymore, so feel free to do whatever. And then once you accept it, you should be able to push up, and we'll see your commit.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna just. Yeah, recently, I was telling you I uploaded a bunch of music to Spotify, and like, it sent like a million emails.
Oh, well.
Like as I was like uploading individual songs, it's like this song is successful, this song is successful. So like that's like my whole email right now. View the invitation. This is not the web page you're looking for. What?
Make sure you're logged into GitHub.
Oh, yeah, that'd probably help. I need to get some Octocat stickers.
Oh, yeah, those are great. I was actually looking, there's the Octodex. I found this yesterday or day before. People have created like different versions of the Octocat. So there's like Rodeo Octocat, Boxer, Surfer, Hula. But a lot of these are available as stickers that you can buy too.
Like the little DJ one.
Yeah. I found one that's a robot, and actually I'm going to add a GitHub integration to the Discord and use that image as its image.
Oh, Top Gun.
That one?
Yeah.
Top Gun Cat.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, well, these are like user contributed, which is really cool.
Oh, Daft Punk.
Yeah.
I've seen the one with the wig there, like the Amadeus looking one.
Which one? Oh, this
Yeah,
one.
that one.
Yeah. The Founding Father.
Yeah, I think that's like when you do one of the Git tutorials, it shows that.
There's the Octo mustache. Well, that's true. I do have the Octo mustache like on my laptop here too. Well, this is two combined stickers. I have an Octo cat and a mustache sticker.
I'm gonna commit this to GitHub real quick.
Yeah, so try doing a git push and it should let you.
Git push origin.
Oh, the Homer cat.
That is disturbing. The minion one is just that should never have been made.
Yeah.
Walter White.
20% cooler. The front end ConftoCat? Oh, front end conference maybe? The Coder Cat is holding a...
I like Coder Cat.
It's cool.
Yeah, my hair's kind of turning into like this bushy mess thing right now. Like Noob Quest is giving me gray hairs though.
There's Nyan Cat. Nyan Tocat? Nyan Octocat? Yeah, there are a lot of good ones.
Alright, so it's committed. Let's check.
You pushed up?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so on my
Yay!
side, yeah, if I refresh it on my side, I should see Tony's commits.
And because it's on the master branch, if we pull up savetheemojis.org.
Well, I actually have Save the Emojis deployed differently, so we have to...
Oh.
There's a manual deploy process for Save the Emojis.
Okay, I think for newquest.life, like any changes we do automatically go onto the website.
Yeah, they do, because we set that up with GitHub Pages, but this one actually is deployed with now. So after I do a few changes, then we'll push it up that way.
We should have set up that before we started this to show our status.
Oh, that's true. I felt like this was going to be more of like a chiller stream where I don't know. We're gonna be done. I want to finish streaming like in the next like 30 to 45 minutes too. So.
Okay.
Okay, so I should be able to pull down, and there's all the changes Tony made. And if I do an npm start, oh, I gotta go into client and do an npm start. Okay, if we go to the stats page, very good, very good. And this doesn't need to say donate anymore. This is gonna say the stats, the facts and the stats. I like that. So in here, the stats. And I think this is the point where we talk about what should we use to visualize. Cool. So one that I had in mind, and I'm kind of partial to for this, I think is called, it's like Chartist, I think. Chartist.js. Simple responsive charts. I like these because they're very simple and responsive. They look cool, and they can be like slightly animated too. But the cool thing about them is like they're fully responsive. So like as you change the size of the page, they fully respond to that. You can see some more examples. So like line charts. We're probably going to do bar charts like this.
Okay.
And like basically each bar will be a different emoji, and then how much that emoji has been used. Yes, probably something like this. So that's cool. There's also chart.js, and if anyone else has recommendation for charts libraries, throw them out in the chat right now. We'll take a look at them. So chart.js is another. This one does look fun and nice, and I think these are kind of responsive as well. Let's look at some of the samples. So we probably want like we could do a vertical bar chart, but maybe we do a horizontal one. I'm thinking vertical though.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, like something like this. I'm curious if these are responsive by default. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it resizes a little bit. Randomize the data. Add a data set. Ooh. Remove a data set. Add a data point. Ours is not going to be like reactive or it's not going to be adding new data. It's just going to get data when the page loads and then put the chart on the page. So there's that. I mean, I think bar chart would probably be the best way to display this. We maybe could do a pie chart. I mean, maybe not a pie chart, because like a pie chart is like there's a sum total of things being used, and this is the percentage of each. But this would maybe be of the 100 least emojis, this is their percentage used. Maybe not though. I think a donut makes a lot. I'm sorry, a bar chart makes a lot of sense for this. Yeah, and it's not like a time series data, so it doesn't really make sense to show it as a line because each thing is independent. Okay, yeah. So there's chart.js. So there is D3.js, not D3 select, but just D3.js. But the thing about D3.js is it itself is not a chart visualization library, but it has all the things built into it that would let you visualize charts pretty well. So let's see if we can find like, there's an example, but there is a library called C3.js, which is built on top of D3.js, but they have reusable charts. So if we look at like bar chart, it's a pretty simple way to create the chart. You just say c3.generate, you give it the column data and the bar data, and then it just shows up on the page, which is pretty cool. And this is like way higher level than D3.js, because with D3 you would have to like manually create, well, not manually, but you would write the D3 code to create each like vertical bar for the bar chart and create the axes, whereas this library makes it very simple. What are some others? I did do an episode a while back, like talking about a few different ones.
Did you want to handle this coding part on your computer?
Yeah, I think
Just to
so.
kind of move things along?
Yeah, I think so. So what do we talk about? D3, Chartist. Oh yeah, there's Plotly too. That's a pretty popular one. Um, and let's look at examples. Basic charts, bar charts. Ooh, I like that. So Alka has a good suggestion. So we could use like have multiple charts, but one chart could be um, it shows like a pie chart of the top used ones, and like we could show like okay like 30% of emoji usage is like the laughing joy emoji, but like there's a tiny little sliver of usage that, and that's the part that we care about. Yeah, so this is Plotly. What do you think, Tony? Are you partial to any one of these? Let's show the examples again. So like there's a bar chart there.
I like the I like that one right there.
Yeah, me too.
The last one was good too. Like I like the really clean ones, but
Love that.
I think I was also partial to the other one just because it had a colored background. Like it looked really good.
Mm. Can we edit the example? Whoa, no way. So if we change these labels to be like poop emoji, I'm just gonna see what this looks like in line.
Are those labels at the top?
I think so, or just like labels of the elements.
All right.
Photos editor.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
they showed up. That's pretty cool. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So I definitely want to use this example. I think the first thing is we need to reach out to this API and get the emoji usage data. So if you didn't see earlier, we found this website called Emoji Tracker, which tracks the usage of emojis on Twitter. And so we're going to use this data, but we're going to grab the least used emojis, and those are the ones that we'll show. Just real quick, I want to see if this API supports cores, because we might have to put it through a proxy. So when we make the request, it does have access control allow origin star, which means we should be able to make the request to this endpoint on the front end without having to do anything extra, which will be cool. Let's take a quick stretch before we make a chart. Are you drinking coffee today, Tony?
No, I haven't had any coffee yet.
Okay.
Might have some a little bit later.
Okay. Okay, let's make a new folder. Scripts. And in there, we're going to create a file and call it stats.js. And in here, we want to do a fetch. So let's create a variable called API URL. Set it equal to that. And I think Tony, I'll have you control my screen, but it's a little less frustrating for me than having you like be in control of the windows and everything. So let me tell you what to type. Are you ready?
Yeah, just hold on a second. Let me adjust my phone jack.
Go for it.
I've got like MIDI cables all over the place right now. All right.
Okay, so we grab that URL. We want to make a fetch to get the data back. So
Okay.
let's just do a fetch.
Fetch.
And then invoke it and just pass in API URL. Cool. And then we want to .then it. So get rid of the semicolon. Oh yeah, or in front of the semicolon, do a .then, and that should give us back the response. So we'll say you can call it res, and then just do like a little arrow function. So like a fat arrow, and then do res.json. So that'll take the response, parse it as JSON, and invoke res.json. Invoke it. Are you there, Tony?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries. Parenthesis. Okay, so we have the fetch, and then we turn it into JSON, and the last thing is we need a then for actually getting the data. So let's just say, give it I'm going to create an arrow function that takes in a parameter called data. So let's just say data, and then we get a nice little arrow function, and then give it a body with curly braces, and inside the body we'll just do a console log of the data. Cool. And now, if we look in our stats.html, I'm just going to bring this file in down at the bottom. And when the stats page loads, it should just get all of those emojis. So this is going to be scripts/stats.js. I think one thing is, though, I do need to update the build script. So copy the styles and then also copy the scripts to the build folder. Cool. And we'll kill it, restart the build script. And so close these. If we go open the DevTools, go to stats, there they are. Wow, that was really fast. But when the page loads, it gets all of these emojis. And I believe by default, they're actually in order of most used. So wow, that's 2 billion uses of the face with tears emoji.
A lot of things are funny, man.
And so it's in order of like most used, and then at the bottom and like the end of the array are like the least used ones. So like the ABCD emoji only has 133,000 uses compared to 3 billion uses. So these are definitely some endangered emojis down here at the bottom. So I think what we'll do is we'll just grab off the last 100 of them and then grab 10 random ones from the last 100. How's that sound, Tony?
That sounds awesome.
Cool.
Just kind of iterate through there.
Yeah, iterate through the last 100. So I think we can use array slice, or is it splice or slice? Let's see. Slice. Returns a shallow copy of the portion of the array. So we just want to slice the length of the array minus 100. Let's see what the parameters are. So beginning and end. Yeah, so we'll do length minus 100 up to the length. And the end is the index before which to end extraction. So it slides up to but not including the end. So we should be able to do array length.end. So in our JavaScript, we can say like last 100 is data.slice. And then the first parameter we should pass in, let's do data.length minus 100.
Data.length minus 100.
Oh, and Alka has a good tip. We'll try that after this. Minus 100. And then we want to end on data.length. So pass in data.length as the second parameter inside the parentheses.
Sorry, messed up.
Awesome. And so what this should do is says start 100 from the end and end at the end. So now we should have an array that's just the last 100 of those emojis. Let's see. There we go. So we got 100 and, oh, apparently, which one is this? The clock with 7 o'clock is not used very much. 560,000 uses. But that's doing it. And Alka has a good tip. So the first parameter to slice can actually be negative. So a negative index can be used indicating an offset from the end of the sequence. So this can actually be written a lot easier. We can just do data.slice minus 100. And that just says get the last 100 elements in the array. And that should still work. Look at that. Cool. Okay, now we want to grab 10 of them. But we don't want to grab the same one twice.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we going to do that? Let's say we create an array called like random endangered. How do you spell endangered?
E-N... I think that's it?
It looks weird. I think I did it. Okay, endangered. Okay, random endangered, and this will be just an array. And we want to get a random one from the array and push it into the array every time. So let's just create a for loop. Goes from 0 up to 10. So we got 10 emojis. And I think what we'll do is we'll grab a random one out of last 100 and then remove that element out of last 100 and then grab another random one. So that way, when we remove it, we won't grab the same one twice. So let's create a variable called random emoji.
Const.
Random, a const random emoji. No equal sign. There you go. And we'll make this, well, first, let's create a random index. So say a const random index. And that will be equal to math.floor.
Floor is capitalized, right?
Math is capitalized. Floor is lowercase.
One of them is
math.floor. And then we'll do of math.random inside of there. Yep. Capital Math. Multiplied by, so on after the parenthesis, we'll do multiplied by last 100 dot length. Cool. So that should give us a random index, and then the random emoji will be whatever we just pulled out of there. I'm curious, does slice, if we do a splice, will it return the thing that was just removed? Removes existing elements and or adding new. Return value, an array containing the deleted elements. If only one element is removed, an array of one element is returned. Cool, so that should be okay. And Alka has basically what we're doing here, splice as you pick. So what we're gonna do is get an index, splice that index out of the array, and then use that emoji. But now, the next time we choose a random one, it would be impossible to choose the same random one twice because we already spliced it out. And then Amy's asking, why is math capitalized? Yeah, and Alka has a good point, a good description. It's a global object with static methods. Christian is saying it's a library name and its convention. So because math itself is an object, but the thing about math is you can't create an instance of it, not that I know of, but we do create instances of arrays and objects all the time. Like this line of code here on line 6 is really shorthand for new array. But this is just using array literal syntax. But you'll notice array is capitalized. So the fact that you can take the class name and just access something on it means it's static, meaning you don't need an instance of something, you can just run it on anything. Well, not anything, you can use that from the class and pass numbers into it, rather than having to say some number.floor. Because that would be the alternative if we said something like 100.2.floor, and that would drop the floor of the number that passed in, but instead, because it's a static method, you pass the numbers into it. Okay, that was a fun detour, but now we need to slice. So we need to do last 100 dot slice. We'll pass in the random index, and we want to slice
10.
Just one.
How many?
Well, just one, because one at a time. And because we have this for loop, we're going to do one at a time. And that should give us an array of length 0. And then we're going to push. Actually, we could do concat. I don't know. We'll do push. Random endangered, we need to push in the random emoji. And then at the end of all this, random endangered should just be length 10 of like 10 random ones. Okay, let's see what happens. Undefined. I thought this was
Gucci gang.
Let's see what we get. Array length 0. I am passing is the index right? Cool. And Shulina is asking, can I do async await in this for fun? I think so, that'd be fun. Let's just log the random index. Oh, splice, not slice. I found my error. And 0. Okay. There we go. So we got 10, and it's 10 random ones. And if we refresh the page, we get 10 different random ones. And if we refresh the page, we get 10 other random ones. Cool. And each one of these has their score or their usage, and we can use that in our bar chart. Cool. Yeah, and Alco caught it. I had used slice up here, so slice copies an array, splice with a P removes from an array.
Could we do a thing where we pull up that thing and then everybody that is currently in the chat, we all just spam an emoji or something?
Oh, what do you mean? Pull up what thing?
The emoji tracker, the actual website.
Oh, okay. There are about like 24 people watching. I don't know if we would have an impact on it.
But I feel like if we spam the last one, then like we would at least
see it flashing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Okay, so get your Twitter accounts ready. We're gonna increase some emoji usage soon.
We're gonna see if this works.
Okay, so but Shulian was asking, can we do this with async await? That would be fun, but the interesting thing here is you can't use async await at the top level, meaning it needs to be inside of a function. So we could create a function called like get random emojis, and we want to make this async, and then all of our code can go inside of here. But what we'll do is we'll say, basically the way async await works is whatever's inside of the .then is going to be the variable that you create and you await. So let's say res is equal to await fetch, and then that goes away. And then we'll say data is equal to res.json, and we need to await that. And then this function goes away, and then we just have our codes. And now we can actually return from this function and use it elsewhere. Let's take a quick stretch. Whew. So we'll return random endangered, and then now I should be able to say get random emojis, and any async function automatically returns a promise, which will resolve to the value that's returned from that function. So if I do get random emojis then random emojis, inside of here I have access to them. So let's then log random emojis. And the main reason I'm using, like I'm mixing .then and async await is just syntactic sugar or covering around promises. And if you want to use them at the top level, then you have to use a .then. You can't just async await them. Okay, let's see. So it still seems to work. We're still getting 10 random emojis. Awesome. Now let's try to visualize them. So we did decide on using Chartist. And first let's go to, I guess, like getting started. How do we add this to our site? We technically could install it and bring it in from node modules. I don't want to do that. We could use a CDN though. Let's use a CDN.
CDN some jQuery.
And then we'll bring in Chartist. Is this the latest version, 0.11? Let's look at the releases.
See, I always get kind of confused by that. Like I know they like took jQuery off something recently, and everyone's
GitHub stopped using jQuery for their pages.
yeah, but it's like, but there's still like so many job postings I see where they're like, we need you to be a professional in jQuery because we use jQuery all the time. I'm
Well,
like,
it's like there are a lot of like just legacy code bases that were built 5-10 years ago when jQuery was the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still around, and they still have to support those websites. But
Yeah.
like the article I read about GitHub was they've just been gradually removing it, and just using more up-to-date things or like better practices. And they just had rules where like any new pull request had a rule automatically on it that it couldn't be using jQuery until eventually like everything like they slowly phased it out completely.
Yeah, I know that like a lot of people said they use the cache selector, and now that they actually have like the query selector, it's a lot easier.
That's one thing. And then one of the main things jQuery does and did was smooth out differences between browsers. So like for a while, like query selector didn't exist in other browsers, but you could still just use jQuery, and it might be using query selector under the hood, but as long as you were using jQuery, it worked like in any browser. So it kind of like smoothed across the browser differences. But now like most modern browsers are up to date enough that you don't need something like it. Cool. Yeah, and Alka has kind of like a one-liner to make it top level. It's essentially an immediately invoked function expression to be able to do async at the top level. So if you're not familiar with an IIFE, do we have a? I don't have a IIFE thingy, but an IIFE is a function, could be either an anonymous arrow function or a regular function wrapped in parentheses and then immediately invoked. So I actually think well, no, because I'd still have to dot then it. But I can make this async, and then I can await this inside of it and say like, inside of here, random emojis equals await that, and then I can log these. And essentially, because this function is created and then immediately invoked, this code will run and it should still log them out. But it's top level-ish, meaning all of our code that wants to access random emojis is going to have to go inside of this IIFE. But it should still work. Cool. Okay, let's visualize this thing. So I found Chartist on CDN. We're going to bring in the JavaScript in our stats HTML. So let's bring in script. Source will be Chartist JavaScript, and then we also need to bring in the Chartist CSS. And we'll bring that up in at the top here.
I thought you have to bring in CSS libraries before your main CSS.
In this case, it shouldn't matter as much because it's not like modifying. It shouldn't be modifying like font family or font sizes or anything like that. It's like it's going to be specific to the charts.
Okay.
But it is up to you where you bring them in.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
like, okay.
So we have CSS, we have the JavaScript. Now we should be able to add our first chart. Using the following HTML code to specify a container with one of the above aspect ratio classes. Show available aspect ratios. Interesting. CT perfect fourth, 3-4. I think we want it to be, is it like, what's the 1920 by 1080?
I thought that was 3-4.
Is it, or 4-3? Okay, we'll do that. So we have a div that has those two things. And now in our stats HTML, right here inside the emoji card, instead of showing that emoji, we're going to put that div there. And this div is where we are going to put the chart inside of. And then we need to add our data and create a chart. So if we go back to examples, and then we go to our bar chart, which is the one that we messed with, I think this one, maybe?
I think it was that one, the one below that. I like the different colors though.
Yeah, I like this one. Let's see if we can do, yeah, I mean, it should be like if we change this to some emojis, it's actually going to update. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do this one. So now in our JavaScript, we can actually use the emojis. So you'll notice it has this selector here, and that corresponds to the selector on the page there. And if we just do this, we should get that on the page. It's not there. Ooh, it has no width though, is the thing. We need to give it some width. So its parent.
We need that chart to be thick.
So card can, if we look at our SAS, the fax has a width of 27%, and we need to just do the stats. What's 100 minus 27?
Oh my god.
63. But regardless, yeah, let's give it 60%. And then now in the HTML, we'll do, wait. Yeah, the container gets the stats. So it should have some width now. Okay. Oh, the container has width, and then now we want the card itself to have 100% of its parent.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say like stats.
Stats card.
Stats card. Cool. Or like card stats.
Card stats, yeah.
Cool. And so now in our CSS, you can say emoji card dot card stats. I think we'll use similar stats, but I don't know. Width here needs to be 100%, so it takes 100% of the parent. There it is.
Oh man, it's the Kylo Ren of charts.
Cool, but it has like text shadow and stuff, so I think in here we just want all of
text shadow done. Yeah.
On all of our emoji cards. So like emoji card.
Text shadow none.
Really, all of these. Or actually, no, we only want the padding on the other one.
We might want to change the font size.
True. Okay, so we're just gonna take text shadow now.
Because emojis are technically considered, they inherit font size stuff, right?
Yes, they will.
Yeah, because I think the emojis themselves should be their own class, and then they could be a little bigger so you can see what that is. Because I can't even tell that's the poop emoji.
Right. So we can figure out how to target those and make them a little bigger. I think the other thing is right now, so if we refresh this, they load, that's cool, but it's taking up too much width of the parent. Let's just say it takes up like 80% of the parent, and so that way, look at that.
Tasty.
Okay, so now what we need to do is the labels. Instead of hard coding them, we need to grab the labels from the random emojis. So we need to create an array that just has the emojis as it in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now it's an array of objects, and then the char property is the actual emoji that we want to show.
Right.
So let's do this. We're gonna do a reduce. Are you ready for this, Tony?
Yeah.
So we're gonna create labels and the series by reducing this array into an array of arrays. So we're gonna do a reduce here. Let's just call this all, and we're gonna get access to each emoji. I'm gonna have you write this though.
Okay.
And then initially labels is labels is an array, and series is an empty array. And then for every element in this array, we need to push in to all. So inside of a reduce, let's say all dot labels, and we want to push a dot push emoji dot char. Cool.
And that's gonna get the that like little attribute from that object.
Exactly. And then the other thing we want to do is we want to push the stats. So if we look back at this thing, we're not logging it anymore. Let's log random emoji still, because I want to see what other properties we have. Actually, we can log it in here now. Let's just log the emoji. So it has char and it has score. So score is going to be the thing we want in the bar chart.
Mm-hmm.
So in series, we'll push the score. So do all.series.push emoji.score. Cool. So we've got those two things, and now all we have to do is this. Do 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 do. Cool.
We just got to bring this font size up.
Yeah,
The
we'll bust the
emojis.
font size up,
Can
and
we thicken
the bar chart.
the bars?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me catch up on the chat though, because it's been a while. Merchant says, I like to think that IFE stands for I'm inline function, evaluate. I like that. It's a good way to remember it. Ed is saying, hey everyone. Damn, missed the stream. Hey Ed, no worries. Again, this was a Noodle quest. It's a whole lot of me like getting angry at Tony for not having his windows in the right place. But we figured it out.
I think it's a lot of anxiety on CJ's part that like some weird stuff is gonna pop up on my desktop, like my the hot dog stuff.
Yeah. Cool. And hello, Katoli. Welcome to the stream. You're in the Discord. Oh, and you were on I think one of the first Discord bot live streams. Cool. So we're doing it, and then every time we load this page, we should get different emojis. Cool. But let's do this. Let's see how we can target the specific label. Oh, it's inside the SVG. CT labels. It is a span. It has the class of CT label horizontal. So I think if we target CT label horizontal, we can bust up the font size. The only thing is it has a width and a height. Let's see though. So in our SAS for stats, I think it's probably going to be a child in here.
I think I realized why last time it took so long was we had like a lot of mistakes made with some poor color choices.
I think was last time like a 5-hour stream.
It was really long, and I think a lot of it was just like going back and like realizing, okay, like these were cool colors, but they were a terrible idea for a website.
Okay, I think something's happening, but we can't see them because of the stuff. Let's look in the docs and see if it's possible to like increase the font size of the labels.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at create label, creates a label based on maybe not. So, because I think what's happening is the font size I bumped up, but like just like way too big.
What was the font size?
I made it like 3M.
No, that's way too big. Like do like one. Just start at 1M.
See how big
Yeah.
they are?
Yeah. Do like 0.25M.
Okay. Yeah. And I think the thing is like right now, why are they so transparent? Like,
is that part of the chart? Or is that... Oh, it might be taking the opacity from the card itself.
I believe it. Yeah, like if we... Okay, let's go to like the parent. And the emoji card does have some opacity, or does it?
It does. Like you can see right through. You can see the image behind it.
But I'm curious if that's the container. Or is it the emoji card?
I don't think it's emoji card. I think it's got to be the container because it's...
Well, no, see, because that's it's not opacity, it's the background. So the background here of emoji card has...
that last one is opacity.
But it's of just the background. It shouldn't modify the element itself.
Well, just
Look,
change
background white. And so for whatever reason, there's still like slight opacity, or
is that part of the... I could live with it. You can tell what they are.
We can try to fix it though. So let's see. They have some styling here.
Could we do a
fill and color? Yeah, CT label has a fill and a color. Here we go. I got this.
Could
color.
we do another thing where we
White.
as you hover over the emoji, it'll tell you the name?
Maybe.
Yeah. Look at that.
Nice. Oh, and that's a good point. Alco saying the background property had alpha, not opacity.
So we should have like some subtext under there. Like these are some currently underused emojis.
Definitely. So let's do that in the HTML below here. Let's do like a p tag.
And our send off is everybody in our chat is gonna like tweet out that emoji.
We're gonna pick one underused emoji and see if the stats get bumped up a little bit. Okay. Go for it, Tony. You've got the body copies. Got body copy skills.
That's a stretch. These are some of the currently underused emojis. Send them. Wait. Please.
Use them more. Make them.
Use them. And don't be a jerk. That you.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
And please consider them in your emoji communications.
Yes, that's perfect.
And your next emoji next emoji, yes.
Yeah.
Conversation. It's all in the verbiage.
Conversion? Conversation.
I don't know how to write. I'm at like help level 40. And those dot. It makes it sound like it's being sinister.
What just happened? Did you just close my browser?
No.
Okay, I think you did, Tony.
I didn't mean to, but it's there's 2 dots on that sentence.
I think we're at 1270880. There are 2 dots.
Perfect. It's so beautiful. Actually, I like seeing my copy and underneath charts to always be italic.
Okay.
Because it makes me think of a school textbook.
So what we could do is let's actually target it. I know there is the emphasis tag, like EM.
I could live with just the emphasis tag.
But the thing is, we should style it. We should use the style. So let's say like the stats with the child p tag has font decoration or font style.
Font style.
So is it the stats? So the stats is a parent actually. So I think we already have the stats. So the stats, a p tag inside of the stats should have font. Oh well. I don't have autocomplete. What do I do?
Italic. No, wait.
Italic?
Font. Oh god. let me look it up. Hold on. Font styles. CSS. This is fonts.
I'm just gonna close code and reopen it because my autocomplete.
I think it should be just font dash style italic.
Okay.
Or oblique, or maybe, and that p tag should have. Yeah, it should be good.
Font style.
Font dash style, yeah, italic.
Okay, that's what I have. It may not be specific enough in my targeting. Oh, look at that.
There it is.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Do we want these to be side by side, or do we want them to be on top of each other?
With the emojis?
Well, no. So like the facts and then the stats. Should these be stacked or should they be side by side?
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay.
I mean, we could fix it later, but as of right now, it looks great.
Okay.
We're not trying to get super deep into the pasta today.
We already are. I mean, we're 2 hours in.
This is a light noodle quest. This is like some nice angel hair.
Okay, angel hair pasta. I think this is good, Tony. What more should we add to this before we put it on the webs and choose an emoji to spam?
Maybe under like the facts, we could actually add like a little link to the emoji tracker.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Definitely. Emoji tracker.
And And then before we go, we're gonna all
Let's do
pick
it.
one and then look at it on the emoji tracker and see if it bumps up.
Thanks. We'll do like a small tag here.
All right, so everybody get your tweeters ready. Twitters.
These stats are
Provided, yes.
provided by the emojitracker.org. Is that it? .com.
Yeah.
Let's make an
And then
tag.
yeah, just a tag, yeah. Somebody listening to music in the background?
No, my Mac fans are getting really loud.
Oh, I'm gonna get a case for my Raspberry Pi that has like a little bitty fan you could put in there. It's real cute.
Okay. Yeah, Christian is mentioning emoji names when hovering. We could
Yeah,
try.
that was something I was talking about. I know it's real easy to do in jQuery.
Well, but here's the issue though, is because these labels are being handled by Chartist, and also like this is really hard to read. Should we make this font black?
Which one?
The one on the left.
Oh yeah, I thought we were. I thought that was. Yeah, all the fonts
Oh.
inside the box should be black. Absolutely.
Emoji card text color is dark, but for whatever reason, it is white. What's happening? Card container A. Oh, inherited from Anchor. Copy selector. Let's see what would I get for the selector. Are we styling the facts anywhere? We're not. No. Oh, dark. The thing is, it's not specific enough. The facts. Emoji card text. Let's put this in here.
That changed it, so it should be cache dark. What?
Right now, the color of this is getting card container A. And that apparently is more specific than emoji card. Okay, we need to do emoji card text P.
Try to look at the CSS real quick because we had this working before.
Something changed.
Emoji dash card text. Is that it?
Well, so we just had to have a more specific selector. So I did that with the P tag, and then we also want to do that with the small tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the A tag.
Maybe make the A tag blue. Just like classic A tag.
Inherit. Well, then it ends up inheriting white. Blue. Should we create a variable for it? We definitely should.
Oh, no, that's fine.
But here's what I was thinking about hovering over the emojis though. It's difficult because it's hidden inside of the SVG. What we could do, let's see though. It might be possible because we could do it with JavaScript. And essentially, after this chart gets created, actually, what does distribute series do? Would that put them together? Oh, that didn't do anything. After the chart gets created, we could select all of these spans and then on hover, change or add to it. I don't know. Let's just search real quick. Chartist, JS, label, hover. There's plugins, when to use plugins. Hover, label. There's the tooltip plugin. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, so this plugin allows you to specify some meta information, and then you can actually, it'd be more of like when we hover over the bar chart, that's when the name pops up.
Mm-hmm.
I think of that, that'd be doable. Let's do it. Yes?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Ooh, threshold plugin. Donut fill plugin. Okay, I think that's the one we want. Chartist plugin tooltip. It's on npm. Notice the S on the end. So I think we can actually grab this from the unpackaged. Let's see if it's on CD and JS. No, but unpackage.com, that works. In version 0.0.17, let's look at the releases. Is that the latest one? No, go back. 0.0.18. It's not on npm. Oh well, this is what we're going to use. Okay, so in our stats.html, after Chartist, we'll bring in another script, set the source to be that, and we can actually just leave off that extra stuff. It should get the right thing. So now that we have the plugin, under plugins, we say Chartist plugins tooltip. So let's try it. This is going to be under the settings. Yes. Let's see what happens. Okay. So right now, the tooltip is actually showing the amount, but if we add some meta, we can show the name of the emoji. And we can also like make that way smaller. Cool. So you'll notice it wants our series to now be an object that has meta and value. And so instead of in series just pushing in the score, we want to push in an object where value is the score, and then meta will be emoji.name maybe. We'll have to double check. What is it? Yeah, clock face on the 30. But yeah, we'll make that like way smaller. How do we even? Oh, here it is. The tooltip. Yeah, we should be able to target this thing. Class Chartist tooltip, and like if we give it like a font size of, I don't know, like 0.5 ems. Yeah, it goes way down. Yeah. What do you think, Tony?
I'm pretty happy with it.
We can change the font color too. Okay, so in here, under emoji card stats. Oh no, actually it might, no, it's inside of it. So the font size is 0.25 em. The color is dark. Nice. Okay. Input symbol for symbols. Mountain railway. Variation mode. Page with curl. Cool. Wait, we did it, Tony. Was there something else? Oh yeah, can we make these bars wider? I think that'll be the last thing we try before we do this thing. We deploy it and have people spam emojis with us. So we're using the bar chart. We are doing like distributed series. So sometimes it's desired to have the bar chart show one bar per series distributed along the x-axis. If this option is enabled, you need to make sure that you pass a single series array to Chartist that contains the series values. In this example, you can see the t-shirt sizes of a store categorized by size. Cool, but how do we make the bars fatter? I don't know, Chartist bar chart width. How to modify bar width in chart.js. Set, wait, are we, no, this is chart.js, not Chartist. Chartist.js. Google. Edit column width. Someone was asking. Oh, interesting. I think this is it. Whoa! The only thing is, we want it to be relative.
I kind of like that, how that they overlap. That looks kind of cool.
Does it?
Yeah. Because you can still tell, I think.
Okay. Well, I do want. Can we do a percentage though? Like,
Yeah.
10 view width. Too much. 4 view width.
Try shrinking the browser.
Yeah, and so now it should. It's great. Look at that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's awesome.
So
okay,
good.
we've done it.
Japanese post office.
Cool. And hey, Dan from Coding Train is hopping in. So what we did is we now have the least used emojis according to the emoji tracker API. And now we need to choose one, and we're going to try to make the numbers go up.
Okay, so let's get emoji tracker open.
Well, which one we should choose one?
Well, yeah, well, we're going to get emoji tracker and just kind of begin tracking immediately.
Well, we have to choose one that's showing on our bar chart, right? Or we're just going to choose a random one?
I say we pull it open, we have it open, and then we refresh the bar chart, and then we pick one, and then we find it on the thing, and then we say go, and then everybody does it.
Okay, which one are we going to do?
All right.
And Dan is asking who is the other voice. The other voice is Tony. He's the noob that hangs out for Newbie Tuesdays and Noob Quest. Today is more of a noodling where we're just figuring things out today. What about the tractor?
I like the tractor. Yeah. So.
Okay. So right now it's at. Let's remember this number. 50. Oh, it's going up. 537108.
All right, everybody, tweet the tractor.
Wait, I'm gonna put it in the README really quick. So here's the plan. If you have a Twitter, tweet the tractor emoji, and maybe you can like link this stream or something like that. But we're gonna try to get the tractor emoji's numbers to go up. Right now, it's at 537108. We want to get those numbers up, so I'm gonna send a tweet. Twitter. Okay, tweet. And we'll link to the website. I need to deploy the latest one, but it'll be deployed soon. So savetheemojis.org. Save the emojis. Today we are trying to save the tractor.
So I'm looking at it right now. It says 537109.
Is it going up?
What was the last that you read it at?
537108.
Yeah.
So going up by 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's going up.
My tweet was sent.
Yeah, it just went up by 1.
Oh, sweet. We got 2 or 3.
Okay.
We got a few. I mean, there's only 30 people watching, so.
There should be 30 tractors.
I mean, I don't know if everybody's going to tweet. What if we searched Twitter for the tractor emoji? Oh, there's somebody that has the name with a tractor in it.
But you should be able to look up tractor, and it's like their most recent tweets, right?
Like the word tractor?
No, just like the emoji itself. Oh, it's going up right now.
537,112. Cool.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're saving the emojis. Okay, I think last thing is we'll deploy the latest version of the website. So let's go. Let's kill this locally. Go into the client. Let's run the build. Cool. And then we'll go into the dist folder. Let's just use live server in here, just to make sure it looks good locally. So you can sign up, you can go to the stats.
You can actually, on the emoji tracker, you can actually see the live tweets.
If you click on it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. There's Alka. Yeah, Coding Garden. Awesome. Live tweets. Shorthand. Yeah. We're doing it, everyone. Thanks for participating. Okay, so now I'll deploy this. Savetheemojis.org. Okay, so the latest site should be up. You might have to do a hard refresh, but the stats page is there. Yes, we're on the internet. Cool. That was fun. I think we'll go ahead and commit what I have, push it up, and I think we'll call it for today, Tony. Is there anything else you wanted to add or anything else to talk about?
I think that's it. Save the emojis. Oh wait, there's a savetheemoji.com. That's a separate thing.
Is it?
Yeah, there is this.
Are they, is it
singular? Cool? Savetheemoji.com.
Savetheemoji.com. Augmented mixed reality game with active playing. Okay, we are not affiliated with the Save the Emoji game. We are a non-profit, non-existent organization. But
weirdly enough, their website is doing the same thing, where if you click on the game, they have a card with a white background. Like, and it has opacity.
Where do you click the game?
Like, so on the top, right? Yeah, click on the game. Look at that card with a drop shadow. Great minds think alike. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone who questioned our design.
I mean, just because 2 people did it doesn't make it right, but.
No, it probably makes it worse.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, latest code is on GitHub. I'll throw a link to the code in the description. And we'll continue this Noodle quest maybe next week, maybe a few weeks from now. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Any last words, Tony, before we go?
Tractor emoji.
Yeah, just tweet the tractor emoji. Oh, and I'll also announce on Tuesday I will be making a guest appearance on Coding Train. I don't know if there's something on the Coding Train YouTube yet, but the plan is to stop by and do a tutorial and. But Dan graciously offered to allow me to come by, so that's going to be really fun. And that'll be Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Cool. So tune into that. I think that's all we have. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.